Oh, what's going on, Jets family? So we got a potential crack in the foundation for what the New York Jets have been trying to build this offseason for us. Uh, we've heard some interesting things in terms of us trying to set up a succession plan when it comes to the coaching ranks, which lets us know uh, how much confidence the front office staff has in the coaching staff itself. In general, probably behooves a bunch of teams to set things up like that, but I just don't think it's things you generally hear too often outside of like New England, Green Bay, maybe Pittsburgh, some of those top tier teams that you generally either see in Super Bowls or playoffs quite often. So, needless to say, anyways, Rob Calabrese, our current quarterbacks coach, potentially being considered for a offensive coordinator position at Kentucky. Um, the previous coordinator, Lexington, has officially took over for the Rams and trying to develop that offense over there moving forward. But excuse me, that potentially leaves us with again cracking the foundation. So we don't really have anybody on the staff that can immediately step in. And anybody that we had previously, we've kind of ended that relationship so far, or at least things have gone back to status quo. So John Beck went back to being the personal training coach for Zach Wilson in the offseason, which by all indications and expectations should pretty much go as planned, meaning we should hopefully see a very good jump from Zach Wilson in year two. But Matt Kavanaugh, we had essentially as the senior offensive coach. I don't want to say assistant necessarily, but um, he think of kind of I guess like a high tier quality coach for the offense, right? But more specifically, he was there with being tasked to keep everything in order and kind of really oversee the actual development of Zach Wilson as the replacement to Greg Knapp. So if we do end up losing Rob Calabrese, we don't know what the interest level would be like there. He has a connection to the Kyle Shanahan tree, and that's what the Kentucky offense is kind of looking to run, which is how the name is floating out there. So if he picks it up, we're kind of sitting ducks at the moment. Really, if you take a look at history, we don't really have any other coaches either with the experience or that have spent time um, at a position in any kind of capacity to coach quarterbacks. Maybe Ron Middleton moves up. John Benton's essentially purely worked with the offensive line, so I don't think that would end up working out. We'll have to go and find somebody outside of the organization, which will put the onus more so on Mike LaFleur and trying to get things developed at a micro level instead of the macro level and just kind of seeing the big picture, putting all the pieces together and getting things to operate. So it'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward. Hopefully we retain him. Um, he did get his first taste of kind of getting some offensive coordinator work during the Senior Bowl, which sounds like it went really, really well. Um, but yeah, hopefully, he doesn't jump ship for us. I think moving forward, it's something that the Jets should kind of take with a grain of salt, right? We know the coaches are potentially going to leave. We didn't know that they leave this soon. We already did have a few other assistants leave. I think one was for the Vikings assistant position, or maybe something for an actual position coach spot. And then we recently have brought in somebody from the Broncos. But either way, this can cause a huge problem for us moving forward because while we'll still have the same scheme and hopefully improve talent around Zach Wilson, he won't have the go-to guy, which he would have expected heading into year two. He'll kind of have to develop a new rapport with somebody else. And it's yet to be seen if Calabrese does end up leaving, who those potential candidates would be. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are. You think Calabrese is going to jump ship, or I don't want to say do we find a way to retain him, but does he end up sticking up with the Jets and kind of I'll probably drop a video a little later about kind of what the expectations leading into year two may be after the draft. Of course, I kind of want to see where all the chips are going to fall. But either way, thanks for the support as normal, guys, and I'll catch up with you again.